Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Sorry, I couldn't help myself tonight. How are you, everyone? It has been an intense week with some intense energies going on with a eclipse moon and full moon, and it has just been a wild ride. I don't know if you've been feeling the energy, but boy, it's sure been taking a toll on me. So tonight, as I was sitting down, I found a fantastic quote. I wanted to talk about patience because this is something, especially in this last week, my patience has been tried. And I'm sure for a lot of you, over the last year and a half or longer, your patience has probably been tried as well. So I ran across this quote. I thought it was a really great one, and I wanted to share with you tonight. It says, "Your mind will answer most questions if you learn to relax and wait for the answers," by William S. Burroughs. And I just thought that was perfect because that's really what it is about patience. It's really about us learning to relax and look at the situation and sometimes wait for the answers. And that is so hard for us little humans and for us in the times that we are in. Our patience is just about to run out. So in that, there's all these things about, being patient. We're in such a fast world. We have created this gigantic monster of time, right? No longer are we willing to sit and wait for something to come through snail mail. It's all about, instant gratification, whether that's through email, whether that's through text messaging, all these different types of communications that we have, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. It's all about answers and how fast you can turn those answers around. And sometimes that's just not the way it works. It's just not the way the universe works, right? It's all about divine timing. It's all about being patient sometimes and waiting for that. And it's so hard. We sit down and we order fast food and we fast forward commercials through our favorite shows with our DVR. Everything we do is fast paced. And so actually slowing down and being patient with yourself, being patient with others is really hard to do. So there's a few things that I came up with, and I have a list of them here tonight, of things that you can do to kind of help with your patience and your patience level. So a couple of examples. When there's somebody behind you in traffic and they're riding your bumper and then they zoom around you, right? Rather than your first reaction of wanting to, scream and yell at them for doing that and, doing all kinds of things that we shouldn't do, take the time to actually just say a little prayer and just say, I hope that person gets to their destination safely and as quickly as possible, right? Because you don't know what the situation is for the person that's kind of road raging behind you. There may be a real emergency. So, this is a practice that I actually have done, and I do this quite well, I have to say. I've practiced it for enough time that I can do this probably 9 out of 10 times, to just say, I hope you get to your destination safely. I hope that we all get to our destination safely, right? We spend so much time waiting in line and You know, they say an average, I think I read something, an average of 11 days in a year you will spend waiting. That's a lot of time waiting. So why not practice some of, you know, some spiritual practices when you're standing there waiting in line at the grocery store or the bank or wherever it is that you're waiting? And think about, be in the moment and think about some things that you're grateful for and start naming them off, start listing them off. Number one, it's going to teach you some patience. It's going to kind of divert your ego mind from wanting to get upset because the line isn't moving fast enough. And it's going to bring you into awareness and raise your vibration and make you understand how many things you can be and are grateful for in this present moment. And this is another one that I have practiced as well. And it really does help kind of shift and change, especially if you're a little bit rattled from the day and now you're having to wait in line and all you want to do is get home, right? Try the practice of gratitude when you're sitting there. Keep your mind busy so that it can't be in the negative. It can't be in that ego base. Again, staying in the moment, trying not to focus on the future or even the past. You know, this is one I struggle with. I am a planner by nature. That's who I am. I want to have all my ducks in a row. I want to have everything figured out. And this is one that I do struggle with because it's not always my choice. It is about the universe and the plan that has been laid out for me and the path that I'm going on. So this one's a little bit harder for me and probably for most of you to, you know, to digest. Is just, you know, staying in the moment. But if you can stay in the moment, it relieves a lot of stress because in this very moment, what are you worried about? Probably nothing. You're watching the show, you're listening to me, you're not thinking about bills that need to be paid, you're not thinking about that job you need to look for. You're right here in this moment and it feels good. So the more that you can stay in that moment, you can be in that patient mode and you can just be, right? Another one is don't expect the same pace from somebody else, right? So you can get your work done in half the time as the person sitting in the cubicle next to you, but it doesn't mean they're any less efficient. It doesn't mean that they don't know their job any more or any less than you do. It's just a way, it's just a flow. So if you can let go of the idea that if somebody else is making those decisions, that you can just let that go, having the patience to let it go and let it be what it is, right? Because you can't tell the you know, the guy who's flying the plane to hurry up and get on the road. You've got places to be. So you might as well sit and be in the moment and know that when the time is right, that plane will disembark and take off. The one last one that I want to leave you with is it's about divine timing and how the universe orchestrates everything, every little move. And it was once shown to me, was a perfect example, is that, you know, there's a person in New York grabbing a train so that he can meet a client who that customer is actually someone connected in the Midwest who you know, and that person is out walking their dog waiting for a phone call, and then they're going to connect to you to let you know that you got the job. Now that's a very simplified version, but if you can think of it that way, of how many steps there is to orchestrate what it is that you need to have to come through fruition in your life, it's really quite amazing. It really makes you stop and think how minuscule and microscopic we really are in a very much larger plan, right? So some of those things just to kind of help bring patience back into your life, to help relax you a little bit. Um, you know, I'm going to say it because I know somebody out there is going to say, please don't tell me meditation is the way to do it. Meditation is a good way to learn patience. It's also being able to just take a minute and stop and breathe. And if you have to, count to 10, right? Before you say something, stop and take stock in what it is you're going to say before it gets put out there. So patience, it's something that we have to learn. It's something that we have to work on every single day. It's not something that comes automatic to very many people. I will say there's a few people probably out there that have a boatload of patience. So work on it every single day, just a little bit, just one little piece in the aspect of your life, and it's going to shift and be easier, and it will change. Now, you're human, so not every day you're going to have patience, and believe me, I sit in that very same boat as you. But if we can all just take even one little piece to try to have a little bit of patience with someone, something, or even yourself, it's going to make your day go a little bit better. So there you go, patience. Right now, we are going to go to the phone lines and take your calls. And right now, we have Jerry Ann in Alberta, Canada. Good evening, Jerry Ann, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
How are you this evening?
I'm all right. How are you?
I am good. What can I help you with this evening?
Well, I know there's a shift going on. I believe I'm going into a different level of consciousness. And I kind of feel stuck, and I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Okay. Is there a particular area that you're stuck in, that you're needing to look at, or is it kind of just in general?
I'm coming into realizing the divine power that I have.
Nice.
For sensing spirit, seeing spirit. I'm actually been doing, not knowing what I was doing, just finding out what I would do, astral traveling, and I'm just not, it seems really big to me, and it seems like it's so much bigger than I am.
Yes.
And I'm having trouble trying to figure out why I'm worthy of this.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Because I believe that I'm supposed to be healing somehow.
Right. Well, Jerry Ann, I'm going to tell you right off, coming from experience, as light workers, some of us have a really hard time with that very same concept of being worthy and the why me. I can tell you that I went through something very similar, and for me, the realization and the awareness came on very fast, and they're showing me that it's a very similar thing that you're going through.
Yeah.
It's so like you are going supersonic speed, and you are having trouble keeping up with that. Yeah. So it's not so much, I think, that you're stuck, as much as you're feeling that it's going by so fast, it feels like you're standing still. And that's kind of what they're showing me.
Like sometimes I feel like I could be driving or something, and I feel like I can't even believe I'm saying this on radio, but I feel as though somebody is inside of me trying to push me out of my body.
Okay, let me connect here just a minute and see what they're trying to tell me. So hold on one moment here. Okay, so what they're showing me is that it's, okay, how am I going to explain this? So it's an alignment of your human self versus your soul, right? This is your soul path that's starting to open up for you. And that human part of you doesn't know what to do with it. So it's almost like you're trying to scramble out of your body. And that is what you're feeling when you say someone's inside pushing you out. It literally is your humanness trying to get out. Hang on just a minute. So when you're feeling like that, here would be something really good to do. So not when you're driving, of course. Get to a safe place. And then imagine that you're standing there. Imagine your your crown chakra, the top of your head opening up. Okay? Imagine your soul standing next to you, putting a ladder up against your body, and then climbing up and going and squeezing in through your crown chakra, right? Visualize this, feel yourself like putting on your body. And I know that sounds really bizarre, but imagine yourself.
That to me, that doesn't sound bizarre.
Okay.
The things that I'm experiencing, no, that does not sound bizarre.
Okay, so what it is you need to get comfortable in your own body again. Okay, so wiggle in, get comfortable, and then have a conversation, sit in meditation and ask your higher self to come to the table.
Do I need to do shadow work? Someone just told me I need to do shadow work.
There is some shadow work, yes, that needs to be done. Okay. There's some clearing of some beliefs that's going to help you kind of expand your gifts. Right now, they're showing me that this unworthiness, right, is really almost disabling you from being able to move forward and do the work that you need to do. So finding somebody that can help you clear that out, right? Clearing out some of those old belief systems that no longer serve you, right? Because you're coming into...
Someone actually was just kind enough and gifted me with teaching me Reiki.
Perfect.
Can I do some of that with Reiki?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting that you can clear some of that out with that. Now, understand, because what they're showing me is that you may not...
Like, I'm terrified. The thought of that terrifies me.
What part of it terrifies you?
Of going deep in those shadows. The emotion and everything that I know it's going to bring up. Mm-hmm. I mean, because there are things that happen. There's things that happen to me that... when I was very young, I remember going, I always used to say I was running away, and I used to go and I used to play with, like, I remember seeing the angels, and I remember playing with the fairies, and and then some things happened that I was never told about, and I started doing meditation and stuff, and I've actually witnessed now what happened to me.
Right.
And I don't know if I want to deal with that.
So what I would say to that is start small, okay? Right. Start small. Start clearing out some of the stuff. So when we start clearing our belief systems, when we start doing this work, right, and when we start healing ourselves from things from trauma, from, things that we didn't know about or things we did know about, right? It's like taking an onion and peeling the layers, right? Until you're ready to go to the core, start with the layers. Just start peeling back layers until you're ready to do that, because you will be ready to face that.
My eyes are watering right now like I'm cutting an onion.
Yes. Yes.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So start little, right? Start small.
Okay.
Start peeling back those layers, the layers that you can get rid of easily, the things that you can heal, right? And then as you start going deeper, you may find that you need outside help, right? Even us light workers need help from other light workers to clear things out that maybe we can't get to. Maybe they're too personal, maybe they're too deep, that somebody else can get to. But you're not ready for those pieces yet. And so if you're not ready, you're not going to release them. Okay?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how do I know? How am I going to know? How am I going to learn what I'm supposed to learn to do what I'm supposed to be doing? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There's so much out there when it comes to the healing, and like how do I know?
They're showing me
my power comes out of the palms of my hand.
Yes.
I truly believe that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Your hands are very, very powerful. So there's kind of two camps for this, right? There's the camp that believes that there has to be some type of structured healing. You're in the Reiki category, you're in the NET category. There's all these different modalities, right? What I have found and what I have learned over the years of doing the work that I've done is that,
oh my God, my hands are just going to tell me what I need to do.
Yes.
Story.
Yeah, your hands are just going to tell the story. You're going to lay your hands on somebody and you will be guided.
And I will just know what to do.
And you will just know. So don't.
Oh my God.
What you're being shown, what I'm being shown for you is, yes, do the Reiki training, do the other modality trainings, but then make it your own. Don't get trapped into a box that says, I'm just Reiki healing. I am just this. I am just that, right? You're going to channel exactly what that person in front of you is going to need.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is extremely powerful. I mean, my hands are on fire right now. I don't know how your hands are, but my hands are on fire.
I can't even touch myself. Like I went to pet my dog and she just moved right away.
Yeah. So your hands are very powerful, and it is definitely what you need to be doing, is working and healing.
Question. Does my hair have something to do with the amount of my power?
Your hair?
Yeah, the length of my hair. I know this sounds really stupid.
No.
Like if I was to get my hair cut short, is it going to be as much power?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, as you know, everything carries energy. It's not going to limit the amount of energy. Actually, what it's going to do is help. Whenever we get our hair cut, we trim our nails, we do things like that. What it does is it re-energizes those elements, right?
Okay.
So it's actually really good to at least get your hair trimmed every so often, right? Because it engages that energetic realm. It engages that aura, all of those types of things. So getting your hair cut, long, whether it's long, whether it's short, that's not going to impede what you do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm being shown that's a belief system that you can clear out.
Pardon me?
That is a belief system
Yeah.
that you need
Yeah.
that you
And
need
I don't
to
even
clear
know where
out.
that came from. Yeah.
It's coming from a past life
Okay.
where you've done this work before.
Is it when I was a high priestess? Is that when I was a high priestess?
It's possible that yes, because I'm being shown like a couple different images. I'm being shown you being more like a peasant woman. Of course, at one time or another, we were all probably witches, or at least we were, told we were witches and condemned for that. So that's what they're showing me in that particular realm. It doesn't mean that it didn't come from the high priestess, because I'm really feeling that could have come from that realm as well. But then it got carried into another lifetime, which is getting carried into this lifetime.
Oh, I think I carried so much into this lifetime that now I need to deal with it so that, because I know lots. I just know.
Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. You're very, very gifted, and it is time for you to, to realize these gifts. I'm being shown that you should go online and Google some things. There are some classes, even with like mediumship or something like that. There are people out there. I
actually have a wonderful community here of probably. Well, there's probably 9 practitioners, and then a couple of other people, and some of the clients that come down there that I get a lot from them. And it's actually, I ended up there to help my daughter, but I guess in reality, it was more to help myself. And yeah, because they're telling me things, and I'm thinking, I'll be honest, I'm like, okay, you guys, like, this can't be me, because you guys don't even know me, right? Like,
yeah, right. Right. Jerry Ann, I've only got a few seconds left in the show. I am going to have to say goodnight. Continue on with what you're doing, and take those people in your community and use them and help them. Let them help you through this. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful transition. So thank you for showing up on the show tonight. I hope this has been helpful.
Thank you so much.
That does it for me. Good night, everybody. You can reach me on my Facebook page at Julie YeagerWalker Medium for Your Time to Shine, or also my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Good night, everybody.